What is our plan? Our big idea is to create an NGO which goal is to give PET bottles a second use by turning them into smartphone cases, thus helping with the plastic recycling issue that affects our city. How would this work? Our idea is to create a machine where people can deposit PET bottles, which will then be molded to create a smartphone case. We will show our prototype later on. We know that in Mexico over 12 million people have smartphones, so our business has a big potential growth. Our organization will be a non-profit organization, so we will carry a task in order to search for other organizations looking to help the environment. In return, they will get a better image by being a socially responsible company.
Why is plastic a toxic waste? Plastic releases harmful chemicals into the surrounding soil, which then gets into the groundwater and the ecosystem. One of the most ubiquitous and long-lasting recent changes to the surface of our planet is the accumulation and fragmentation of plastics, said David Barnes, a lead author and researcher for the British Antarctic Survey. Chemicals added to plastics during the manufacturing process are then absorbed by human bodies and can cause alterations in hormones and other health effects. With this said, we can affirm that getting rid of plastic bottles that are contaminating our environment and affecting our health is necessary for every living thing to have a proper life. How is this related to Monterrey? According to Semarnat, in Monterrey, there are 118,000 tons of plastic PET waste. PET is a very hazardous waste. Incinerating used bottles produces toxic byproducts such as chlorine gas and ash that contains heavy metals. Our city is in a constant battle with plastic pollution, and also trash misplacement is a big issue, since when it rains, most sewages get stuck due to the amount of plastic that is on the streets. With our organizations, we believe that we can help in this matter by giving people a different way of depositing their PET bottles so they don't throw them into the streets.
This is our prototype. It is not fully functional, but the idea is the same as of a real machine, a press that injects liquid plastic into a mold which leads to the smartphone case. The main components of the machine would be the plastic injection machine, a screen that lets the customer choose their smartphone case, the tunnel to insert PET bottles, as well as the exit where you can pick up the case. There will also be a special extra compartment to deposit caps, since that is a different type of plastic and our machine will not be able to process it. We are planning to donate the caps to hospitals so they can use them to help their patients by providing them with special treatments and or wheelchairs. We are sure this is a necessary project because no other company has done in such a way, and plastic misplacement is one of the biggest forms of pollution, specifically in our city. This would be an attractive way for people to get rid of plastic bottles and get something in exchange for them.
This project is feasible since we have no direct competition in the country, neither in the city. The initial investment is not that high, and since it is a social project, we believe that many companies would be interested in funding our idea in exchange for a sponsorship or other things. Financing will come from sponsorships mainly, but only the initial investment would come from private money. In the early stages of our project, we conducted a survey to see how many people would be interested in our project. These were the results. The first graph corresponds to the question, would you be interested in PET plastic smartphone case? 58 people said yes and only 24 people said no. And this means that many people are interested in our project, so we decided to make it. The second graph refers to the question, would you pay 5 plastic PET bottles for a smartphone case? 48 people said no and 33 people said yes. So what this means is that we should lower our PET plastic bottle price to make the case so more people would be interested.
In conclusion, we believe that with our project we can help the world off with the pollution problem with a fun, cheap and useful object to everyone. So we invite you to join our cause and help us to release this project to the market. Also, we are not the only ones interested in saving the world with plastic pollution. There is an organization called Plastic Pollution Coalition with whom we could make business with. And to finish off, we remind you that we are not only looking for the plastic bottles, but also for the bottle caps, because they are harmful for the environment as well. And we seek to donate them to companies such as hospitals so they can help patients with wheelchairs or several treatments.